What is up, YouTube? This is Nanashi back with a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Banlist update video. So originally I planned to come into this video with some little spiel correlating this list to Valentine's Day, but if this banlist has shown us anything, it's that Konami has no love for tier limit, because this list was an absolute slaughter fest. They even hit this deck harder in the TCG than they did in the OCG, and you'll see what I mean when we take a closer look. 4 cards total were banned. First, Artifact Scythe. This card had the ability to end games entirely by locking out the extra deck. I don't think anybody's going to miss this card except for Artifact players and players who had nothing better to do with their decks than to sit on this. Barrier Statue of the Stormwinds. Everybody was expecting this. The flu was running rampant with this card as a game ender, similar to how Scythe worked, but I am secretly hoping that with this card gone, that means they might finally give us back the Simorgh Link. Although with Apex Avian still running around, not entirely sure that's going to happen. Tier Limits kick Kalos. The main focus piece for the entire Tier Limit archetype, it's even an instant fusion target. Truth be told, I was kinda secretly hoping they'd only put it to 1, but it does make sense that it would get banned. And finally, Sprite Elf banned. I don't even think this was necessarily a hit towards Sprite. Obviously they used it, but there were too many decks in the game that used this card as a tech to help them get further, whether the deck was level 2 focused or not. 8 cards are now limited and only permitted at 1 per deck. First off, and I'm going to speedrun this a little bit since we pretty much all could have guessed this, all 4 of the new Ishizu cards. Agido the Ancient Sentinel, Kelbeck the Ancient Vanguard, Kelda the Sacred Protector, and Mudora the Sword Oracle. I was actually expecting them to limit the ones that did the milling, but to also hit the ones that return cards back to the deck? Little surprised on that one. After that came all 3 of the Aqua-type Tier Limit monsters, Tier Limit Havnis, Merly, and Sharon, which means the only main deck piece that has itself at 3 now is Tier Limit Rhinoheart. I hate seeing them go in so hard against archetypes and make them borderline unplayable like this, but given the rule that this deck has had in this game, it was necessary. And the last card to go to 1 was Ancient Fairy Dragon. This card's been banned for an extremely long time because its effects were not properly structured and nothing on it was given a hard once per turn restriction. But now, that's been fixed. And 7 cards are no longer limited at all. Destrudo the Lost Dragon's Frisson. Makes perfect sense now that Hulk is gone. In fact, you're going to be hearing that a lot on this particular portion of the list. Jet Synchron. Congratulations and welcome back. Synchron players now have their favorite toy back at 3. Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. Congratulations, Mecha Phantom Beast players, you got your piece back. Hopefully you'll eventually be able to play with some semblance of playability again. Servant of Endymion. It's no secret that Pendulum ended up getting shafted really hard by the new Master Rules, but Endymion was able to play around that to some degree, which is one of the reasons they got hit on the ban list in the first place. So now they're finally easing up a little more on some of the more necessary pieces for the deck to do well. True King Lithosagam the Disaster. This means that True King Dino technically has their best playmaker back, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think it matters anymore. Calamities is gone, so I don't know, I guess it's okay to give it back. Yata-garasu. It went to 1 not too long ago, so putting it back to 3 since it really didn't make a huge difference is not unexpected. And finally, Spiral Resort. So long as Master Plan is banned, I think it is okay to give this card back to the deck. It gives them back some of their playability and their reload options, especially since a couple of their pieces are still limited to 1. And that is the entire ban list. Like I said before, this list was an absolute crucifixion. There is no better term for it. They murdered this deck in front of everyone. It was painful to look at. But here's the weird part. There is a possibility the deck may not be dead. I just had this distinct feeling that after Tier Limit gets their new support pieces in the next wave, they might still have some level of playability. Maybe not as a deck, but possibly as an engine. Now this ban list didn't really touch on any of the decks that I'm building, so I really don't have anything to update for a little while. Transcendrake looks amazing. I was considering building Rescue Ace over Fire Kings, and there is a chance I might be building that Watt Sprite mix that I showed off in my 1K special, now that the deck might actually be affordable. Not 100% sure on any of these ideas just yet, but if I do decide on them, you'll know where to look to find them. I thank you guys for watching the ban list video. If you have any opinions on this ban list, feel free to say so below. In the meantime, this has been Anashi, signing out.